Hey y'all, welcome back to Fly Up to 50. It's me, D, and today I'm going to show you my shop, my stash, my makeup basket it really was for March and April when it comes to the eyeshadows. Everything that's not eyeshadow related is new for the month of April. And I'm just going to show it to you. If it gets too long, I'll show the eyeshadows and something else. Okay, let's go. First thing I'm using for the rest of the month are these Nimia. I don't know how she pronounces it, but the Nimia serum and moisturizer by Nikki Tutorials. I am using this. This is the serum. It is a blue serum, which is hard to get used to, but I tried it for the first time on camera and I didn't think it was very glowy, but ever since I've been using it off camera, I have seen a glow. That's it. I don't really feel like it's much of a hydration. And the same goes for the cream. It is glowy, and the cream is a little different because it kind of almost feels like a soap or a scrub, and you have to make sure you rub it in. You can't halfway do it. Okay, moving on. So these are the foundations. I'm going to be using the Haus Labs foundation, and this is in just go ahead and put these on because I can't see. Okay, this is the Haus Labs foundation, bless you, and 460 medium deep warm. So I'll be using that. I will also be using my Nars Sheer Glow in Macao. They need to get a pump for these. So I'll be using these two. I also have two Neutrogena foundations, both in chestnut. This hydrating boost hydrating tint, I really like this. So I don't know if I found it again, but I got this one because I couldn't find this one. But this is a hydrating tint, but this is a foundation. They're both in chestnut 135. This is very neutral, but I really like this. I hope I can find this again. So those two from Neutrogena. I'm using this Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse. Angelica Nyquist was talking about it. And that's what I have on my face today. Today I had to get it off Amazon. It's a moussey texture. I do not remember what. It's deep. That's right. It's in the shade Deep. And the next one is L'Oreal True Match in Neutral 9. This is the one they reformulated. I used to have those other ones with the screw off top, but I got rid of those in favor of this. So those are my foundations for the month. As far as concealers go, I do have a few concealers. I have 3 of these Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have them in hazelnut, warm olive, and mahogany. And that's them, hazelnut, warm olive, mahogany. So I'll be using those. I also have my the Lip Bar Quick Concealer in cinnamon. I also have this one from Estee Lauder, I want to say. Yeah, Estee Lauder Double Wear Instant Fix Concealer. That's what that looks like. And one side has like a hydration prep, and then this side is the concealer. I really like that. I'm also going to be using this black opal one because I bought it too light. Doesn't even have, it's a brightening concealer, but it is too light. So I'll be mixing it with one of these to lighten up under my eyes a little bit. I will also be using these two from Neutrogena. I have Chai and Golden. And the last thing I have is from Tinted, and it's for color correction, and this is in the shade Found. So those are the concealers. Let's move on to powders. Let's see. I only have 2 powders this month. The first one is the Hourglass Veil. And then I have the Hyaluronic Hydra Powder by Terry. So I'll just be doing my T-zone areas and under my eyes, if anything. Oh, I should have did primers. Let's go ahead and do primers real quick. I have 4 primers. I have the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, as well as the Tatcha Silk Canvas. So I'll be using those too. I also have the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Glow Serum Primer and the Essence Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Powder Primer. Glow Serum Primer. So yes, I'll be using these 4 primers this month. Now, okay, let's see. Okay, as far as bronzer or contour goes, I will be using the e.l.f. Wonder Stick, which is a shaping stick in the shade Deep. I will also be using my Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in Deep. And the one I used today will be your Patrick Ta Cream and Powder, and this is in She's Chiseled. But I feel like this has hard pan. The powder has hard pan. It is very hard to pick up. So I'm like, but how did that happen? I'm also going to be using the One Size Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio, and I have Dark Trio, which includes Legendary, Press, Record, and Back Row. So that's what that looks like. And here, open this thing. These are the shades in there. And the last one I'll be using is the Victoria Beckham bronzer. It's upside down on the back. It's the matte bronzing brick number 5. So the shades are warm terracotta, and for the warmth it's terracotta, for the contour it's tawny. So it's really both, but I'll be using it for bronzing. Okay, so those are the bronzers. Good stuff, good stuff. Alrighty, let's look at blushes next, okay? Now, as far as blushes go, I'm going to be using 3 creams. The first one is from Colored Rain, and then this is her Copper Rose Blush. That's what that looks like. And I got one from Alani, the Cherryish You and Cheek Kiss. That's weird. So that's that one. They are different. And the last one is from LYS, and it's their Higher Standard Satin Matte Cream Blush. Comes in matte. And that's what that looks like. It's closer to this one, which is the Colored Rain one. Closer to the Colored Rain one. Next, for blush, I pulled out a palette. Since I don't usually go for the palettes, I'm going to be using the Plain and Makeup by Yolanda Bloom Lush palette. This is what the packaging looks like. It does have a mirror. Those are the blushes. And I think I can use these colors down here to go over the cream blushes as well to make them last a little longer. All right, let's look at highlighters. Oops, going with palettes. First, we have the Sigma Glow Kiss. Those are the colors. The Glow Kissed. Then we have a oldie but goodie, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dip glow kit. And those are those colors. And last but not least, we have the Myrics. Wow, this box is so glittery, I can't even see it. I think it's Lightwork 2. It don't really say on the back. Okay. And here are those colors. She made one of these for light and dark. So this is the dark one. Okay, I think that is everything except for, oh, wait a minute. I will be finishing up these two things. The Saturday Skin Spray, almost done, and the Innisfree Dewy Glow Mist with Jeju Cherry Blossom. So I'll be finishing up these two sprays as well as this last bit in this MAC one. So these are getting used up this month. So I can open some more because I try not to have too many open at once. But yeah, that is it. Next up, we have the eyeshadows. So I'm just going to briefly show the eyeshadows. As I said before, my eyeshadows are from March carrying on to April, and I start off with a stack, and if what I picked for that week or that month, when I pick the products for that month, if I'm not feeling them, I can go into my stash and pull out another one and add it to this. So that's why it's so large at this time. First of all, it's for a month, and second of all, sometimes I go and pick out a new one. And that's what happened with these two that I have added, which are the first two ones I'm going to talk to you about. And they are the Pat McGrath eyeshadows, her Divine Rose eyeshadow palette. So I picked up 1 and 2 to use this month. So this is one. That's Divine Rose 1, which I'll be using. And I'll also be using Divine Rose 2. And please don't judge it. I dropped it and I put most of these colors back in. But this is the most vibrant of the two. So this is Divine Rose 2. And this is the one, I love the special shades in this one. I'm not usually the hugest fan of the special shades, but these ones I really love. So I'll be using that. Another eyeshadow I will be using is from Lisa Eldridge. Is it Lisa Eldridge? Yeah, Lisa Eldridge. And I got one of her eyeshadow palettes. I have the Cinnabar. Nice component, and these are removable. So this is Cinnabar. I've already used it, but I will be using it again. I liked it. So that's Cinnabar. And you probably already saw a look that I did with these NYX Ultimate Edits. This is the Queen one. And this is the Ultimate Edit. That's that one. That one's more reddish. Okay. I also took out, because I did do a little bit of traveling, the Tartelette Flirt. That's what that one looks like. Violet Voss Wild Dahlia. Okay. I'll also be using the Mauve Beauty. This is a palette for your face. It has the eyeshadows, the highlighter, and it had a blush which I took out that I thought it was moldy, but the company reached out and said it was not mold, so I'm gonna order another one. They had an explanation of what it was, so I'll put it in this video. But yeah, so I used this. Use one from BH Cosmetics, Low Key Love You. That's what those colors look like. And the last one is in this section is the Tarte Sugar Rush Cravings palette. I was not going to get this, and then I touched it when I went to Ulta, and I was like, ooh, Lordy, gotta get that. So that's the packaging. Very cute. Cravings palette. And look at that. Like a candy box. Very nice. The next two I already used in March were from Patrick Ta. These Eyes palettes. This is a Major Dimension 1. And I have Major Dimension 2. This one's more rosy. Hopefully I'm not blinding you. All right. Oh, this blush was hiding back there too. Patrick Ta blush. The first one he came out, which is the Major Headlines blush palette with the creams and the powders. All right, that's it for this section. Let me move this stuff back. All right, moving on to the last bit of my eyeshadows. The first one I have here is Natasha Denona Black is Black. I always keep this out just in case I have to darken up something. So that's what that's for. I have one from Juvia's Place. This is the Coffee Shop. Chocolates, browns, neutrals. Beautiful palette. That's the one I'm wearing today. All right. Got another Pat McGrath. Got this big one here. Her Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey. I think this was 3 years ago. And that's what that looks like. I have the three Serenity. No, I have the 3 Cosmic Brushes eyeshadows. I have the Royal Rose, which was their first one. Beautiful. The Serenity. That's the one everybody raves about. And the third one that just came out is the Muse palette. Another hit. And these are those colors. Very beautiful. And I can tell you, I know people are getting frustrated because it keeps selling out. Well, I would not get frustrated. Just keep trying to get it because they are very good palettes. This one here is from Koki Cosmetics, the Koki Professional Cosmetics. They have like 3 or 4 of these palettes. This is the Treasured one from their Artist palette line. Yeah, this is Treasured. Cute little jewel tones. It's a nice little palette. Not the best pigmentation. Oh, apparently you can switch these out because apparently, I don't know if that's supposed to do that, but my whole palette thing came out. So maybe it's supposed to do that. I don't know, but because it pushes right on back in. So, I don't know. Okay, next up I have this one from Dominique Cosmetics. This is The Moment. I have this. I love the color story, but it was underwhelming when I used it. So, but it's still pretty. Next up, I have the Natasha Denona Star palette. I'm pretty sure this one's discontinued. Star palette. These two I have not even touched yet. I need to. The first one is the Empowered by Huda Beauty. That's what that looks like. It's my only big palette from them. La Cienega from Adept Cosmetics. This was in the infamous mystery box with all the liners. So it's a neutral palette. I do appreciate having all those mattes, since they don't really put a lot of mattes in their eyeshadow palette. The next one I have is this one from Too Faced. It's the semi-sweet chocolate bar. This is the one I have decided to declutter, which I will do at the end of the month. And I also have Color Rain's Rebellious Nudes. Very pretty. I also tried this new brand. I think they're from Israel, I think, and it's the Gade, G-A-D-E brand, and I bought 2 of the palettes. This one is called the Selfie 3. Very reflective. And this is the rosy toned one. I have another one that's more neutral. And I bought these and a different palette that I'll probably use next month, because it put me in the mind of how that new Makeup by Mario palette is, but it's so light that I probably won't even get it. So I love these they're soft shadows, easy to use, very nice. I also have the Master Palette by Mario from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Good palette. Then I have these 2 palettes from Cosette Beauty. This first one was just a collection of their most popular shades that they sold. Very beautiful, pigmented, easy to use shadows. And this one here is their like African something, or Black America. It's something to do with Black History Month. And so this is that palette, a nice warmish neutral palette that I do mixed with the other one. So very nice. Almost done. Look, I only have 2 more palettes. This palette is also by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the Rose Metals palette. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. I love it. And the last one are my favorite things from Makeup Revolution. They're foil eyeshadows. I have like 3 or 4 palettes of that. This is their Full Frenzy Fusion palette. And these are all foiled colors. So I really like that. All right, that's my makeup basket, y'all. Remember, it's from March, and it's going to roll into April, so I'll be using all these throughout the month. I think I got some good choices. Tell me what you think down below. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.